you picked out of his?
So eventually it's going to come up on the screen.
It's
a blank cover. I'm a big fan of the blank sketch cover. It's fantastic. So because you can do whatever you want. So I actually cheated a little bit. This is not necessarily a pinup cover, but we talked about this Ultimates run. I have the book here behind me. I loved all the different covers. You said earlier that the Ultimates run, the Cloak and Dagger's always mentioned. This is the one I see people grabbing though as well. It's
good.
just
Awesome.
It's such a great cover. It's one that I don't know why it hasn't gone to $15, $20, $50 range. Like it's just a great cover where you get to see Dagger and Bombshell and Kitty Pryde, and I can't remember the other girl. But I'm pretty impressed. I remembered at least 3 out of the 4.
That's great. Yeah, it's Spider Woman, aka Black Widow,
Jessica Drew, yeah. So,
but you reminded me that I ought to repost this one. I haven't posted this one probably since it came out, but I'm pleasantly surprised how well it seems to hold up. So yeah, good idea. I'll definitely have to show this one off again. Like he was saying, this whole run was really experimental, and on this one, I mean, I don't think I've seen any covers like this before. Like the beach party or the beach layout or whatever you want to call this. It's pretty unique. I've never done a cover like that. It's very rare at Marvel, so I don't know. I like the creativity of it and the bright popping colors. It's a fun cover, even to this day, I think.
Oh, it is. I mean, and especially, I don't know. I know artists, you don't necessarily pay attention to the spec game of speculation of the MCU this cover is becoming hot, and this. Well, in this, you have characters that are slowly becoming more interesting for collectors. They're going, wait, Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman's on here, Kitty Pryde, Bombshell. There's interest in her now. All of a sudden, and people forget that you did this run of all these great covers through this. This one, of course, have sexy women all over the cover. It's a great little run. I love this. I love this run. This is one of my favorite little runs. The covers and also just the story's just fun. But I just think it's interesting, like thinking through. You were able to throw 4 women on the cover. They're not overly sexualized, but they're still sexy. I mean, like, it's just like, this is what a beach party is for. These are mid-20s, maybe.
The vibe on this book was, it was called The Ultimates, but it could have been called Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. It was kind of like the, the Miles Morales team book. And it was Miles as Spider-Man with all of these other young heroes around him. It's similar to the Champions concept that they have going on right now. But every cover in the series was really different. We did a Where's Waldo one at the end even. There's a group shot where all the characters... Yeah, the all silhouette cover. Which, shockingly to me, they used as the Volume 2...
Yeah. Trade paperback cover. And like you said, you put the graphic in and that negative space, and you've done a couple. They're not sort of negative space, and we'll get into that a little bit later with Mike. But like these covers, I love it. I mean, I love the black on black thing. I think you have a Spider-Man one of your PS4 cover. I think did you do the cover for the game? Or the red where he's flying through the sky and his arms are back?
Yes.
Yep. That's a gorgeous.
The ones over your shoulder right now are some great examples of the near negative space idea. Like it's on purpose that she's solid black and the background is solid black, and she's red with no rendering. Exactly. Yeah, you've got them all. So I haven't gone as far as JTC as to let the line disappear and let the color flow into the background. I find that that's challenging because it sometimes creates really weird shapes, if you're careful, it can be perfect, but sometimes the negative shapes are really odd. And so I always chicken out at the end and just put the holding line in.
But like that, the white line makes that one. Like it's a great picture, but you're right. That white line makes it pop out to where, to a degree, and it's hard to, other than what I just said, I don't know if there's a way to describe it anymore. You've described it, and it's like, it's just the white line. It's something about it. So I don't think it would have been as good as a negative space variant.
It's sort of an overused trick where, like in every movie poster ever, they'll have really hot rim light around the character, so they'll be in shadow, but then there's a really bright light right behind them that pops the edge. It's almost happening on me right now because of that white window.
It's like, how did you know right now?
I completely planned this because I was going to talk about it.
Mine's the fat rolls. It creates this black line right underneath my neck where my chin fat is. So
I just had